Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. On the air with VA3EWV AllStar EchoLink Edition. Good to have everybody out there. Hopefully, we have an exciting night here. We do have a couple people in here already. We have VE3DRK. No, excuse me. Victor Echo 3 Delta Kilo Romeo, as well as Kilo 5 Bravo Delta Lima. Good evening, and hopefully, we get a couple more people in here tonight. But if not, we have lots to talk about anyway, so we'll just keep it going. We also have the VE6IDK repeater connected out of Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, as well as the VE3PGC repeater connected here in Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. I'll break right now to see if there is any emergency traffic on any of those repeaters. Standing by. Okay, good evening, everybody. This is Ernest, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Ending a good week here, ready for some fun. We have a lot of things going on here radio-wise this weekend. Lots of contesting, different things happening in the community, and all that stuff like that. So we usually have a topic. That's how we do it. We have a topic. Then we have one round just to say what you're going to be doing this weekend. And with the snow melting in a lot of places, well, we still have snow on the ground here. This is a lot of time where people start doing antenna work and things like that, or trying new stuff for the new year. So the topic of today, since we've already started a bit, is: are you going to be trying anything new this year? Uh, some hams do the same thing over and over and over again, and they don't try anything new. And I found out over my 3 years why. Sometimes they don't try anything new because there's nobody there to show them how to do something new. So that's going to be the topic tonight. Is are you going to be trying something new for the good weather coming up? I also use NetLogger, and I'm getting that started right now. But I do use NetLogger, so you can always follow along on NetLogger. We're going to pause and share this stream with a couple other places. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Stand by for another couple of seconds. Testing 1, 2, 3. Do we have any audio? Testing 1, 2, 3. Do we have any audio? Testing 1, 2, 3. Do we have any audio? Yep, we have audio. Awesome. So now I can share this stream out, and that's what we'll be doing. Okay, gonna put that link in a couple places, and we're gonna get right down to it. Give me one more second there. Please stand by for a second. We're having such a lovely. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Anyway, we were having such a lovely conversation there. I'm a little bit behind. I'm just gonna plug us in a couple places. We're gonna get started there. Good to see that we have about 5 or 6 people standing by, and I just want to put this in the EchoLink Worldwide group chat, Facebook page, rather. And we're gonna get started. Okay, I got everything going on. About 6 minutes behind, but hey, look, we're about to have some fun. So let's get to it. The first person we had out there today was Victor Echo 3 Delta Kilo Romeo. What you guys want to do is come in with your name, your call sign phonetically, how long you've been a ham, and the topic right now is: are you wanting to get into anything new for this good weather of 2025? V3DKR.
There you go. Victor Echo 3 Delta Kilo Romeo.
Well, good. You come to the right place to learn about parks on the air. That's for sure. And um, I'm going to put a series of videos together because I'm going to start actually. There are people who want to talk about it, and I have enough experience now. Have about 18,000 contacts under my belt. This week, I've been working on my 10th park. We call it a kilo park, where you do 1,000 contacts in a park and you get some recognition for that. But since I started, my first POTA activation was in July of 2024. We're creeping up to July of 2025, and I want to have it. And I'm going to hit that goal. I want to have 10 1,000 parks before my first year, and if I hustle, I can actually get 12. But I do work full time. I only go out like once a week. People think I go out every day, but it's a fun hobby. It's something to do outside of the house too. Get you out of the house, and you can also enjoy that in the home too. So it's fun for both. And I even know blind hams that are going out in the field and doing pole activations, or being at home and being hunters. So lots of stuff out there. You just got to get the equipment, and if you already have a radio, a battery, and an antenna, you're ready to go. There's nothing stopping you but time. Okay, thank you for being out there, Paul. We're going to come back to you and get some more information from you down the log there. Also, before I move on, are there any in and outs or quick check-ins? Because there are people who are working the evening shift. Are there any quick check-ins before we keep going? This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor with On the Air with VA3EWV. Okay, nothing heard. Let's pick it up with Kilo 5 Bravo Delta Lima. Kilo 5 Bravo Delta Lima. Anything new? Any antennas going up? Any repairs? What's happening now that the winter weather has subsided? We're getting into the warm weather. Anything on that you are wanting to do different this year? Something new? Over to you.
VA3EWV as an S. This is K5DDL. Well, good evening, Ernest, and everyone on board. It's nice to make contact with you on your photo activation a couple of days ago. Get it a log there, and let's see. I might be looking into doing some satellites. See what kind of antennas I might need, and how to configure a good handheld radio to work that, the split there. And speaking of POTA, my wife and I may be going out to Collar State Park tomorrow. There's the Texas State Parks on the Air event, and may go do that. So that would be a lot of fun. And she is K5TFL, Kilo 5 Papa Foxtrot Lima. And she'd like to go do POTA with me and do that. And other than that, I guess just try to look into see what to do about doing some of the easy satellites, some of the FM birds through a handheld or something. So back over to you, K5DDL.
K5BDL in the group, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. Let Miss Peggy know that we said hello, K5 Papa Lima Foxtrot. I have her on the log there just in case she wants to say hi to everybody or just wave a hand from the distance. But we're going to get her there and let her know that we appreciate her being out there. Would love to see the two of you. I've been trying to talk my wife into going out there. And I have a good friend. His name is Vaughn. And his wife goes out with him as well. Her name is Julie. And they are part of POTA Power. So if you're on our Facebook page, you'll see them going from parks, and they live in the Florida area. So lots of fun there. And I know my grandsons are coming up with that, and they're wanting to get they're ready for it. We'd also like to say hello to George there, Victor Alpha 3, Golf Alpha Mike. He's checking in via Facebook. He said he's going to be testing the new portable HF verticals solutions in the upcoming weeks. So that's what George is going to be doing. So yeah, say hello to us if you're out there on Facebook. Okay, we're gonna come back around, Brad. If you can stick around for a little bit longer, that'll be awesome. Okay, let's pick it up now with Kilo India 5 Zulu Quebec Kilo. Kilo India 5 Zulu Quebec Kilo. If you can come with your name, your call sign, how long you've been a ham, and if you're doing anything different or want to do anything different in the new I don't want to say new year because we were like 6 months in, but when the summertime comes over.
He's in Ernest, and he's in that. Hope everyone's doing well. Name here is John. I live in Boyer, USA, Mexico. Uh, let's see, I've been a ham, I think about 2 or 3 years now.
Oh, nice.
Both me and my wife are exercise. And, well, that was kind of a little bit of a running joke behind that, but neither here nor there. But both me and my wife we are both hands. We took the test at the same time and everything. So, and when we took our extra class license test, she actually gave me like questions. So that is pretty funny. Anyway, the plans are, I'm not exactly sure. I haven't decided, set up a different radio or set up a different antenna system. I don't know. To me, it's kind of like a part-time hobby because I got too many. So I have to kind of downsize and focus on one. But maybe I'll probably invest in a radio this year and probably an antenna. Of course, I have to set it all up. But regardless, that's about the plans for the year. I just haven't decided which direction to go. Anyway, good talking to you, Ernest. And we'll back to you.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for being in there, John. And that's the thing, It's when I got into the hobby, they told me it was going to be two things that would determine what I could do in ham radio. It was time and money, and that's what it is: time and money. There are lots of times that I want to go do different things, and I don't have the time, or I want to do other new things and I don't have the money. I do want to say though, one of the new things I want to do is do work satellite. I want to do that. And the reason I haven't done it yet, well, I'm taking baby steps. So the first thing I've done, if you guys are on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel, on the air with VA3EWV, that's for both Facebook and YouTube. I do have TikTok and stuff like that, but I don't really go to it, but I do have it. But what I do want to say is this. I started with baby steps. There's a guy by the name of Tim and another guy by the name of Robert. They do satellite operations. But to get my feet wet, I had the 991, and I know that Paul, you have the 991 as well. And I have the cable that connects to the computer because I do FT8. And with only adding a piece of software called, let me highlight it here. The software is called MMSSTV. So Mike, Sugar TV. Just had to say that. I was talking to a guy and he was saying sugar for his call sign out there the other day. But Mike, Sierra, Tango Victor, that's the software. Easy download, nothing to it. And if you are familiar with setting up your radio for FT8, there's only a few settings that you have to change for slow scan TV. So I have was excited today because they had the International Space Station. They're going to be sending out 12 images over the next 5 days. It started at 1 o'clock Eastern today, and I was just chomping at the bit. And my first images were not too good because I did not have the right settings, but the guys helped me on Facebook there. And before you knew it, I saw those images popping across the screen there, painting themselves across the screen. And so, it's like one step at a time. Now, once I get some money, I want to get the antennas that I need to go out there and stand outside and do contacts with but this is getting me in there. So at least I know how to track the satellites and stuff, and it's just one thing at a time. So that's what I want to be doing in the upcoming time. Okay, let's see what else we have here that we have not brought in. I do see now on the list Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Yankee Zulu. If you can come in with your name, your call sign, and then how long you've been a ham. And the topic today is what do you want to do new in radio? What do you want to do new in radio? So Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Yankee Zulu. Come on in. That's Jeffrey.
This is Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Yankee Zulu. My apologies for getting back to you so late here. I'm just listening in on this part of the conversation right now. My hope is to be able to talk to someone in Alaska. My wife and I are taking a vacation in a couple months. We're going on a cruise up there. However, I'm not committed to take a radio onto the ship with me. I've asked multiple times on this. They prohibit us from taking any type of heavy talking there. So I'm hoping to use EchoLink while I'm up in Alaska so I can talk to someone. I'll be doing it on my telephone. So that's what I'm listening in right now is to see if anybody has recommendations in regards to that. Gentlemen, if I'm still transmitting, I'm trying to figure this out as I go here because I'm a new person to EchoLink. So I appreciate your patience with me on this as I try to figure out how to.
Okay, Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Yankee Zulu. You're in the right place, Jeffrey, for any training, figuring things out. This is where you want to be. This is a very safe place to do that. And I'm glad you're here doing that. I started with EchoLink. My iPhone 6 Plus was my first ham radio. And that's why I still use EchoLink to this day. I got to meet, not in person, but I got to Jonathan Taylor, who's the architect behind EchoLink, actually helped me along with a lot of friends of mine get my node up and running. And then I invited him to our club to speak with our club. So we actually got to spend some time with the guy who created EchoLink. So there's a lot of ways you can get through it. You can go on a regular browser right now without downloading anything. Just go to a browser, put your credentials in after you've signed up. So that's awesome. You can put it on your PC. You can put it on your cell phone. I even see EchoLink on like these, what do they call them? They're just data radios. I don't know if that's the right name for it, but they have EchoLink on them. They have another software on it. I forget the name, but they're just digital radios, and a lot of truckers have those. So yeah, you're in the right place. We have the patience here. We'll be more than happy to help you. Another thing that we do on this net, so everybody take notes and have your pen and paper ready. If you do hear things along the net, the last portion of the net, we do cross traffic. You can reach out and say, "Hey, Kilo 5 Bravo Delta Lima, I heard you're doing such and such. Can you tell me more about it?" So you're in the right place for that. Now his question was, I think, has anybody ever traveled with any radios? I wish Ethan was here tonight because he does that, and he goes to Barbados and stuff like that. Anybody have any experience traveling with radios or using EchoLink or something in different places? That's going to be the question that Jeffrey has. Okay, let me pause for a second. Okay, so far we've talked to Victor Echo 3, Delta Kilo Romeo, Paul, Kilo 5, Bravo Delta Lima, Brad, Victor Alpha 3, Golf Alpha Mike, who's on Facebook watching, George, Kilo 5 Papa, Kilo 5 Papa Foxtrot Lima. That's Miss Peggy if she's out there. Kilo India 5, Zulu Quebec Kilo, John. And last but not least, Mr. Jeffrey, Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Yankee Zulu. That's who we have in the log right now, 6 people. Let's stop and take a pause for the calls and see if there's anybody on the repeater in Spruce Grove, Alberta, VE6IDK. Anyone on that repeater? Over. Okay, nothing heard on VE6IDK. Are there any stations on the VE3PGC repeater in Cornwall that wants to check in and say hi? Please come now.
VA3OPS, just checking in to say hello.
Okay, we have VA3OPS, my friend Dave there out of Cornwall, and he's a fairly new ham as well, like myself. And Dave, it's good to hear you out there. And later on, if you want to, the topic of tonight is what are you doing new, or what do you want to do new, or what do you want to get done so you can be on the radio, or really any other hobbies you might have. There's a guy said he had lots of hobbies, so any other hobbies you may have. That's the topic of discussion today. Thank you, Dave, VA3OPS. We'll pick up with you later if you're here. Any other stations on the VE3PGC repeater that wants to say hi or check in, please come now. Okay, so one of the questions that came up today was about travel and using radios. But before we do that, before we go there, we have our friend Devin that just joined us, VE1DXW out of Nova Scotia. Devin, if you can come in, your name, your call sign, which I've already said, but don't worry about that. How long you've been a ham? And are you trying to get into anything new, or have you gotten into anything new? I know you've done some new stuff this year, but if you could share that with us, please come in. V1DXW.
VE1DXW, Captain here from Liverpool. Possibly going to look at starting further this year. Maybe give it a try. And Ernest, maybe over the weekend I'll give you a jingle on the phone and you can walk me through that photo page and get set up on that. Other than that, I might even start looking into D-Star this year, I'm not sure. Back over to you.
Thank you so much there, Devin, VE1DXW. And Devin has been doing some new stuff. I know he got into DMR. He had some handhelds there that he learned the program about a month or so ago. And he'll ask me, hey, have you done any DMR? And I'm like, no, I'm doing this right now and I'm doing that right now, but I'll get to it. And now I'm doing SSTV. So there's so much that you can do into this hobby. It's just endless. And if you had big pockets, you could do it all, I guess. Uh, but Devin, thanks for being out there. Like I said, the first round is always what you want to do. Now we're gonna. I think we're at the bottom of the list there. Yes, we're at the bottom of the list. And our second round is what are you going to be doing this weekend? I always ask that because I'm nosy. I just have to be honest with you. What are you guys doing this weekend? Got anything going on in the community? Even if it's radio or non-radio, some people have some cool things going on around that they'd like to share, and they're a part of. So that's where we're going to go there, and we'll pick it up right now with Paul, VE3 Delta Kilo Romeo. VE3 Delta Kilo Romeo. Please come on in. there you have it, folks. And I haven't even had supper yet tonight. VE3, DKR in the net. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. So yeah, Paul's like, hey, look, I got to do some polling. You guys missed the first part of the conversation. Paul's like, I've been hearing about this Parks on the Air. What antennas do you have? That was his question. And I said, well, I started off with an in-fed half wave. And my friend Steve, VE3EWV, he got everything ready at his house, brought me over because I had no tools, no nothing. I'm a talking ham, not a not a not a tinkering ham. I'm a talking ham. So I went over there and made my first in-fed half wave, and I'll be doggone if I didn't lose it. I've been looking for it ever since. But I have an in-fed half wave, and that cost me nothing. If you guys have people in your life or in your clubs or whatever, or you're a tinkerer, you can put an in-fed half wave together. I was told, under $50. If you have nothing, you have to buy the parts. So in-fed half wave, number one. Number two, and I was hoping he was here tonight, VE2EQL, who said he might stop by tonight. John, one of my friends there, he went to a place called Radio World here in Canada, and where I paid $350 plus brokerage fees, just to let you know, because I bought it from DX Engineering, so the antenna almost cost me $500. But he went to Radio World there, bought the extendable whip. He already had his own homemade coils, and he bought some a couple things to affix it to a tripod or a spike. So he was like under $100 for that. So he's ready to go. And then the other antenna I have, which I got from DX Canada, and again did not have to pay any brokerage fees or anything like that. And it got shipped by Canada Post, not Purelator. That antenna, they put it in a long little box, and they put it in the mailbox, folks, in the mailbox. So it didn't cost a lot. I think he charged me $45 for shipping, but I did get 3 other parts with that antenna. I got the mount to go in the hood. I got a lightning arrestor for UHF VHF, and yeah, that was that. So there you go. Thank you so much, Paul, for being out there and sharing with us. And if you have, stick around. So if you can answer a question at the end for somebody, that'll be much appreciated. We'll break with you now. We'll pick it up with Kilo 5 Bravo Delta Lima.
VA3EWV and the net that says K5VDL as well, and just want to let you know that Peggy at K5TFL is on the phone with me, and she says hello to everybody, and so I'll turn it back over to you, K5VDL.
Thank you so much, Brad, for being out there, and Peggy, and you guys have a good rest of your night. And like I said, stick around in case you can answer a question for somebody down the road. George, if you have any questions on Facebook there, let me know, and I will come back to you. But we'll now bring it to John there, Kilo India 5, Zulu Quebec Kilo. What are you doing for the weekend there, John? Okay, I just saw that John went offline, but he may be coming back, so I'll just pick him up down the road there. Okay, before I go on to the next person, which is going to be Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Yankee Zulu, again, I want to make sure I reach out to anybody on the VE3 PGC repeater or the VE6 IDK repeater. If we have anyone out there that wants to say hello, please come now.
Victor Echo 2, Echo Quebec Lima, VE3.
VE2EQL, you actually started me. Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear, that's for sure. VE2EQL, John. Good evening to you, John. You're right on time there. Our topic of the day is, what do you want to get into that's new? You've been in radio for a long time, but come in, let everybody know your name, how long you've been a ham, and the topic of the day is, what do you want to get into new that you haven't tried before? Over.
Roger,
Franklin, Ontario. Call is Victor Echo 2, Echo Quebec Lima. Since the 70s, mid-70s. What do I want to get into? I want to experiment more on the digital modes. I never tried FT8. Many years ago I did try PSK31. Interesting. Let's see what happens, but more digital modes. With that, I'll pass it back to Net Control.
Thank you, John. VE2EQL and the net VA3EWV returning. Yeah, digital modes. Yeah, John. The PSK31. I hear that. See, I want to try those. I haven't got to try RIDI yet, which I do want to try. Haven't got to try the because those are still around, by the way. And I'm also signed up for May June for CW Ops. So I'm gonna be. I'm already enrolled in class. I'm waiting for everything to come around. 2 days a week, 3 hours a day, and for those 2 days, I'm waiting for that. John also said that John has a I forget the radio, but he got it at a Hamfest. I forget the name of it, but hopefully you're going to be trying some Parks on Air too. So I think there's 3 people want to try Parks on Air tonight, and getting into it. John, I was telling everybody about the vertical you got from Radio World. If you have a second, could you? Because Paul was really interested in what antennas he's wanting to start POTA, and I told him about a couple of antennas. But I'm like, you don't have to be like me, paying 300 plus not duty, 300 plus brokerage fees. He's in Canada, and I told him about Radio World. Do you mind letting them know what you got picked up at Radio World there? Over.
Roger, I'm a big fan of the LDG balance. They have a 9-to-1, 1-to-1, 4-to-1. They're small, easy to transport. I also picked up about a month ago the Chemelon 17-foot whip. That's the telescopic whip with the 3/8 mount. I found that it was better constructed than the MSJ. Not that the MSJ is bad, but I just felt more comfortable with the Chemelon. And I have in the car a 9-foot whip, a CB whip that I could put onto a adjustable coil, like a bike catcher type coil, made by Pacific Antenna that I picked up a long time ago at Atlanticon, a QAP conference. And the radio that I have mostly for portable is an XU G90, the Chinese G90. And for home station, running an L-craft station. Back to Net Control.
Well, there you go, VE3DKR. Thank you, John, for letting him know what's going on. He might have questions at the last part, so if you can, stick around. Okay, we'll break with John now, and the next person on the list, let me see if they're still, yep, we have Jeffrey there. Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Yankee Zulu. What are you up to this weekend there, over?
At this point in time, I really don't have any plans here other than to work on my station set up a little bit better. I'm sure everybody will agree that it's a never-ending story as far as trying to get everything right on to the point that you like it the way it is. So I'm moving things around a little bit. One question, sir. I'm in a low hum in the background here. Is it just me, or is everybody else getting this hum?
It's probably my node, just to let you know, so it may not be just you. I'm connected through my node, but I'm connected to the VE3 PGC repeater, and I have had issues with that humming before, and it comes and goes. So it's probably not you. It's probably my node there. Can you still make us out? Is it uncomfortable hum, or is it just because I don't hear it today? Because I'm not logged into my node itself. I'm on the repeater. But can you still make everybody out there, over?
Yes, I'm hearing everyone. It seems like it quiets down a little bit and then comes on rather wildly, but I can understand everybody. I just want to make sure that I have all the things set up correctly. As I said, right now I'm just trying to figure out if anybody can explain this to me.
okay, I okay, I know you're traveling. I think you're going on a cruise. You said they said on that particular one you cannot bring any radios upon the craft, but you're going to be having EchoLink there. And and could you just repeat what your question is? What are you trying to do? So are you trying to do something on the boat with EchoLink, or just in Alaska with EchoLink? Over.
I'm specifically talking about not on the boat when we pull into a particular point. I'm sorry, destination. For instance, if we go into Juneau, Alaska, I can pull up the repeaters there, but I'm not sure how or if I can turn around and do a CQ to attract attention to me so I can talk to people in that area.
Okay. I think I follow what you're saying. If I'm okay. So once you're in Alaska, and the funny thing about that is, you know, we all know that Alaska is a part of the United States. But when you're looking at the different, like when I log with QRZ and a couple other programs, and they treat Alaska like it's its own entity that I've seen. But it's part of the states. Just like when I went to Hawaii, I was expecting it to be something different, and it was like it looks like any town USA. But they treat those two places differently. So now, what I know from my talks with Jonathan, I just want to go to the site there while we're talking. On the Echo Link, I know, if I'm not mistaken, they have a CQ feature. I'm pretty sure they do. They have a CQ feature. And you're wanting people to say, hey, look, I'm here in Alaska. You can come have a QSO with me. Am I on the right track?
Exactly what I'm trying to talk about, or at least ask the question to.
Okay, so when I'm on my cell phone here, at the very bottom of I have an iPhone, so mine at the bottom says QSO, text, stations, favorites, and settings. On the stations page at the bottom, it says call CQ. If you go to there, and I'll be happy to take this offline and help you out with that too. It says EchoLink will automatically connect when other stations are also calling CQ with matching preferences. So you can say whatever language you want, whatever country you want, whatever node you want, and you can set it up. I'll just do it now, like for countries. I'll just pick. Let me see if Alaska is a country by itself. Uh, it's not a country, but I'm just saying people put it like that. No, it's not there. Okay, cool. So we know that. So I'll just go to United States. Oh, I guess I gotta log into it first. 1 second. Stand by. Okay, I'll take that offline there, but they do have that CQ feature at the bottom there. And like I said, you can pick whatever language you want, whatever country you want, and then when it says no single user simplex or repeater, right? So you can figure out what you want to do there, and then it's just like I haven't done it before because I don't really use my HF rig in the house. I really talk on HF really outside in the field. But I'm gonna start trying, and my friend told me the other day, I can just sit in the house and call gonna say DQ, but I can go CQ 20 meters, CQ 20 meters. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, and there will be people out there that'll try to work you on whatever. So um, I may not be fully answering your question, but I'll be happy to talk about it. And if anybody else who wants to chime in and help out, please do so. I'll give you some time to do that now if you want to chime in. Okay, nothing heard, but they do have that CQ feature on there. I'll check that out, and maybe we can get together. Not tonight, because I'm going to be busy this weekend, and we have an early morning and a long day. John and I tomorrow. We're going to be doing a canoe race here. Well, we're not going to be in the canoe race, but we're going to be providing support via our club, Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club. We're going to be leaving. I'll be leaving my house at 6 to get there on time, and we're going to be following canoe people at different points along the river there, called Raisin River, and having some fun out there tomorrow on the radio. So we're going to have about a dozen people there, and hopefully we'll have a couple more just show up because we're short a few spots there. But it'll be a good time. We have some people come from other clubs to help us out, which is a treat too. But it's going to be lots of fun. We'll be using our handheld radios, be using the local repeaters there. We have 8 repeaters in our area, but we'll only be using like 3. And we're going to be having a lot of fun on the radio tomorrow, so that's what I'll be doing tomorrow there. Okay, we'll get back to you there, Jeffrey. Don't worry, we'll pick it up with you and make sure we get you some help there with that question. Okay, we'll pick it up now with VE6IDK. No, that's the repeater VE6IDK. Anyone on there that wants to chime in, please come now. I may keep timing out the repeater. See, when you don't have to use the repeater, you forget about that. Okay, anybody on the VE6IDK repeater that wants to check in, please come now. Okay, anyone else on the VE3 PGC repeater that wants to say hello, please come now. Okay, I heard Jeff out there. Victor Alpha 3 Radio Quebec Sierra. Jeff is coming in on his handheld. You're barely making it into the repeater, Jeff, but we can't hear you. If you remember how to get on EchoLink on your cell phone, that'll be a better option that we can hear you even better. But if not, try to come on in, Jeff. Good evening to you. Roger, yeah. Victor Alpha 3 Radio Quebec Sierra. That's our friend Jeff there out of Cornwall. And he's saying that he wants to learn how to program his own equipment and his radios from his laptop. And that's something that I wasn't doing myself either. And then a good friend of mine said, you know, he wasn't saying if you want to be a good ham, you need to program your own stuff. But he was like, if you want to be an independent person and you're out in the field and something happens and you can program your own equipment, and even through all of you that have handheld computer, I always call them computers because to me they're like computers. But if you have handheld radios that you can program through the radio itself, like the Bell things, I can now program my radio anything I want to on the radio itself. I can't do that with my Yaesu FT65 yet, but I'm learning. But I definitely can do it on the Bell thing there. Lots and lots and lots of videos for that piece of machinery. Yeah, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, let me pause right quick. Hey, Jeff, I've been doing slow scan TV downloads from International Space Station. I started today, and one of the guys said, please let all the non-hams know that they can participate in that as well, because you're not transmitting anything, you're just receiving. And then he started talking about people that have police scanners. He said if you know anybody that have police scanners, they can tune into that frequency. I think it's 146,800 FM or whatever, and they can listen to it. And he went into detail what cable to get to connect that to the computer, like to the microphone jack. And you could download the software on your computer and actually do those images too. So that might be something neat that you can do since you have those scanners there. Over. I will definitely do that. Yes, and all that stuff's on my Facebook page, and I did ask him to put some stuff down. So I'll twist his arm first to get him to write all that stuff down, so I'll know it's right. Let's see. Yeah, thank you so much, Jeff. Looking to see if there's any other comments on the Facebook page. Okay, Jeff, we'll break with you there. Thanks for being out there, and we will pick it up with VA3OPS. David, are you looking to do any new things in radio, or get any like antennas connected or anything like that? With now that the warm weather has come along, VA3OPS, if you're still there.
Yeah, VA3OPS here. Yeah, my plans actually, I've got a tower, and if the weather's nice this weekend, it is going to be repainted. It's in 4 sections right now. I have an antenna. It's a Diamond X50.
Oh yeah.
And, for
I had
the
that
top tower, I got the extension pole for it today. Got all the coax cables and the hardware. And I'm doing the long wire, the full long wire, and it is a G5 RV, full-size 102-foot length from 10 to 80 meters antenna, and that'll be going up as well, and I have the hardware for that. So I've got a lot of things to do to get that thing up, and that's my plan, to get on the HF there and start doing a little transmitting and receiving on the HF, as well as the UHF and the VHF. Back to the net, Ernest.
And by the way, you're sounding really good into the repeater here tonight. That's for sure. Yeah, that's exciting. Hey, look, everybody does it, but I was like this thing like helping hams. And just so I remember, and I have to remind myself, so I hope you guys can remind me. Steve, he's moving, sadly. They're going to be moving to Nova Scotia, and this Sunday, for those of you that are able to help, he's taking his tower down and all his antennas and stuff like that this Sunday to get ready to prepare for his move. So we'll have people taking things down, and also when you're ready to put your stuff up, we have a lot of hands here that will be more than happy. I remember going over to Bob's house. The late Silent Key there, helping him put up his antenna. I know my son went and help John put up his antenna. Rob came and helped me put up my antenna. So that's what you do. We got you covered if you need any help. Thanks so much there, Dave, and happy to see that you're going to be getting all that new stuff going. We'll break with you now, and let's see what's going to be going on with Devin. Devin, V1DXW, what are you going to be doing this weekend, and all that? Over.
Now this weekend, Ernest, I'm just going to play some radio and might take a draw to Bridgewater in the morning. Kind of next over from me. Other than that, I don't really have anything big planned. Back to you.
Okay, well, just to let the folks know there in Canada and the States, the Ontario QSO Party, that contest is going to be, I'm pretty sure that this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, I have so much stuff to do this weekend, so I'm going to miss a large portion of that because I'm going to be having fun at the Raisin River there. But man, if I had a way, but I don't, because you have to keep your eye on the water. Don't want nobody having some issues and you're sitting there on the QSO party. But Devin, that's going on. Devin and I both use WRL amongst other pieces of software out there, and it has a leaderboard. And Devin, you're putting the fire out there, man. I'm looking at your name climb up the ladder all over the place on that the leaderboard. So yeah, keep on keeping on out there. You're doing a good job there. Over.
Yeah, roger that. I mean, 6th place overall on the main leaderboard, and then I was just checking some other stats. I'm aiming for 300 total contacts by the end of Sunday, so I'm pretty sure I'll have that. And if I do, that'll be my best week for contacts so far. Back over to you, Ernest.
I'm telling you, while I'm out there playing Yellow Vest, I think you might be able to pass me up there. I'm just a few ahead of you, and I think you're going to take over the lead this weekend. Good luck out there and have a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Devin, for being out there. We'll break with you now, and we'll pick it up with John. John, what are you doing this weekend? Over? Oh, there are lots of Johns. Sorry about that. VE2EQL. I looked at my sheet here, and I have like 3 Johns on here. So VE2EQL, I can't see if you're there because you're on the PGC repeater. But if you're still there, what are you doing this weekend? But if not, we'll move on down to our last person. And then we'll have an open mic. John, VE2EQL, are you still there?
Roger, VA3EWV, VE2EQL/VE3. Still here. Tomorrow I will be doing the emergency communications with Ernest and other members of the Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club. It's practically going to be a full-day event. I don't know what the weather is going to be, but I'll be prepared. And I'm just programming a Fort HT just in case my main and my backup doesn't work. With that, I'll pass it back to Net Control.
You made me laugh about that. Yes, you know what they say. 2 is 1 and 1 is none, right? And with our luck, 4 is 1. So yeah. Hey, I'm happy to hear that because one of the new hams there, Jamie there. Well, he's studying right now, but he wants to make sure he has a radio just to listen with, and I've already my spare. I have it loaned out to one of the new folks too, waiting to get their license as well. So yeah, if you can bring some extra radios out there, that'll be great. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully we have some more other people just show up out the blue there. That'll be great. Thank you so much, John, for being there. And that brings me down to Jeff. Jeff, what are you doing this weekend? Anything fun there? Over.
Nothing much of Ernest. I'm sorry, I forgot your name there for a minute.
Okay, Jeff, we were able to catch bits and pieces of that, but I'm sure what it is you're doing, you'll be having fun doing it. Stay dry, stay warm, and all that stuff like that. And we are at the end of the net there. Do we have any cross traffic? If you wish to ask another person a question that you jotted their name down or whatever, or you need help with it, let me know. But we're going to take any other questions from you at this time. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. Paul, I'll definitely start putting up some videos there, and I'll talk about each antenna that I have. I'll just have one video for antennas, one video that shows everything I have in the backpack, which is not a lot, which is what you want. You don't want a lot. I wish I had that Zygu radio that John has there. It's a very light radio, does 20 watts. The FT991 is a brick, and when you put that other battery there, that 20 amp hour battery, that's enough to sink you to the bottom. But you know what? It's not that bad. But you can put all that on your back or just keep it in a mobile there with the mobile antenna, and you're just making contact left, right, and center. You just have to, it's just a starting point. That's what it is, folks. I have that same situation. I want to do satellite, but I just need somebody to come help me with it, right? John wants to do FT8. He just needs somebody to come help him with it. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to try to do, and just get people up and running on those new things they want to do in radio, or just new things, period. So thanks everybody for coming out. I'll do one little last call for any of the repeater stuff, and then I guess we'll close it down for the night if there are no more questions. So one call, last call for VE6IDK and VE3PGC. Please come now. Okay, folks, thank you all for being out there. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. I think I'm going to get... okay, let me let the repeater identify.
Good evening. The time is 9 p.m.
Okay, she identified herself, and that's good. So thank you, everyone, for being out there today. VE3DKR, Paul. Kilo 5 Bravo Delta Lima, Brad. VA3GAM, George. Kilo 5 Papa Lima, Foxtrot, Miss Peggy. Kilo India 5 Zulu Quebec, Kilo John. Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Yankee Zulu, Jeff. The V6 7 that runs that repeater down in Edmonton. VA3OPS, Dave, our friend here in Cornwall. V1DXW, Devin out in Nova Scotia. V2EQL, our friend John here in Monkland, Ontario. VA3 Radio Quebec Sierra, our friend Jeff in Cornwall. And yours truly, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor Ernest here in St. Andrews West. Can't wait to talk to you guys again next week, and I look forward to hearing from you. If you haven't yet done so, please check out my YouTube channel, On the Air with VA3EWV, and my Facebook group, On the Air with VA3EWV. With that, we'll give it back to you guys, and have a good rest of your week. 7-3, and we're clear. Okay, that's a nice net. 12 check-ins. Let's see.
This is Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Yankee Zulu. Thank you very much for allowing me to listen in. I'll be clear the frequency. KC3, KYZ,
Thank you so much, KC3KYZ. Hey, look, check it out. I can't do it tonight, but do you... well, I'll give you... if you have something to write with, I'll give you a second to get that to write with. And I'll give you my email address because I do want to help you out. I, too, am traveling. We're going on a cruise. We were going on cruises every year prior to COVID. And we're going now in a few weeks. And I actually checked out what I had to do, too, to activate in a different country. And they said you had to have a minimum of 60 days notice when I was reading our rules and regulations at industry ISED here in Canada. So I missed that. But I am going to have EchoLink with me too. And I will be in different ports of call because it's just like your cell phone there, right? You're on your cell phone. And I'll read up on the places that we're going. And I'll see about communicating on EchoLink too. So I'll try to see how that works. Because I know living here, where I live here in Canada, is hard. Let me pause for a second. It's hard and next to impossible to get contacts in Hawaii and in Alaska. I know because I was trying to get to 50 states forever. And the only thing that got me my Hawaii and that got me Hawaii was FT8 because I couldn't do it on voice. I could never find anybody out there. And they didn't verify, so I used DMR to try to get a hold to Alaska and Hawaii. I used FT8 to get a hold to Alaska and Hawaii. And just so happens, the video that I'll be uploading tomorrow when I was at this park called the Rose Forest, one of my first contacts of the day, I'm sitting out there with that POTA vertical, and the guy comes in just as clear as a bell. Alpha something was his call sign. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And he says he's in Alaska. And I was like, what? You're in Alaska? And I got so excited when he said that he was in Alaska. And I was like, oh my God. So that was I got my first phone contact with Alaska just the other day at the park there. So that was pretty good doing parks on there. So yeah, I'll be definitely trying to get a hold of you there, Paul, and we'll work it out together because, not Paul, John there because I want to know how that works too. Or Jeffrey, excuse me. I'll get the call, get the name right here soon. But yeah, I'll get back with you on that. Over.
Appreciate you guys going to be going over to your YouTube channel and all the contacts to see your Facebook. Just make sure we have all the connections correct. And I do know how it feels. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I was very surprised that I'm running 50 watts on my bank. And I was talking to a gentleman up in Oslo, Norway, and it was funny because I asked him, what state he's in and what city was he here, and they got into a long conversation. He was laughing at me because I didn't even know where Oslo was. I thought it was in one of the states in VA. But I'll be clear in the frequency. I thank you again very much for your time here, and as well as everybody else for the patience here. You have a good evening, sir. I'll talk to you later. KC3,
Thank you so much, and you have a good rest of your day as well. And we'll see. We're here every Friday if the Lord says the same, and we'll see you guys next Friday if you're able to make it. 7-3. Have a good rest of your evening. I'm still gonna be here, folks, for another like 10 minutes or so. If anybody else wants to say hello, please come on in. Okay, while we're waiting for people to do that, always Net recognizes Victor Alpha 3 Radio Quebec Sierra. Go ahead, Jeff. How are you? Jeff, hello, Jeff. This is Ernest returning. I heard every other syllable. You're hitting the repeater, but not that strong, I guess because you're inside. So I can barely make out what you're saying. I heard you say something about, I think I heard you say something about programming maybe a radio, but you're cutting in and out there. Over.
Okay, give me a second. I'll go and get on my base. Over.
Well, whatever you're doing just now, Jeff, I can hear you really well. You said, "Give me a second. I'm going to get over my base," and it did not break up there. I don't know what you did, but you can stay here if you made some adjustments. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm hoping you can hear this. Is it possible to use multiple radios on one program for radios? Like the FT65R, could I put another radio on that program and program it in? Over.
Well, what will work better? They have those programs out there, and I'm not I don't know how to say it, but I have only programmed my Wuxen radio, my Icon radio, my Baofeng radio, and my Yaesu radio. And what I will tell you is this: with that Chirp program, I can program all four of those radios on Chirp, but as well as my Anytone radio. However, with the Anytone software, I only use it for the Anytone radio, and with the Yaesu software, I only use it with the Yaesu radio. But all the rest of them, if you can find it in the drop down with that program called Chirp, and I'm sure there are other programs out there, you can configure multiple radios as long as you have the cable and the software to do it. So that's the thing. So those programs like Chirp are kind of like all-in-one. But like the programs like Yaesu maybe is different because I have a Yaesu 991 Alpha, but I have the Yaesu 65, and the software is not the same for the both of them. Seems like I could use one for both, but I don't. I have two different. I run two programs for those two radios. They're over.
I was wondering, would you be able to program a bowl fence for me if I gave it some frequencies and like deleted everything that's on it and then just put frequencies in it that I want? Would you be able to do that for me, or should I try on my own?
No, what we could do, if you are over here at my place or I'm at your place, uh, we can just show you how to do it there, and that way you can have practice doing it yourself, right? I mean, I'll be there to help every step of the way, but just like, because I used to get another guy to do mine, a Hunter, he used to do my programming, and he did a lot of the close programming, right? But if a person moves, goes to school, anything like that, then you're stuck and you don't have nobody to help you out there, right? So no, I have all the time in the world. That's why I like that thing called Helping Hams. I have all the time in the world, and I'll be glad to sit there with you. And if you have the Chirp software on your computer, or we can even do that, get that downloaded for you, and just go through the steps. And once you start doing a couple yourself, you'll start catching on. That's what happened to me there, over, because I wasn't programming anything myself. So I'm pretty excited that I can help other people now. Back over to you.
Roger, sounds pretty good that you know that type of information and stuff, and I know you probably 9 to 5 during that day, but I would maybe on a this week or Sunday, and you can download the chirp program for me. Over.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be happy to. I'll be happy to. In the meantime, what you may want to do, because this is how I did it. Uh, Now I did have to have some help, right, at my house, but I was, because a lot of the videos on YouTube are dated, like their age is old, right? But one thing I did to practice before I got my help, because like I said, the guy Hunter, he came to my house to help me out, and he had his laptop with him. I had my computer, but I had watched some videos first, so I can at least kind of like had an idea what he was going to help me with. And then with the videos on YouTube, you can type in, uh, program Baofeng radio with chirp, right? And it'll bring it up. It might not be the exact same because there's a million different type of Baofeng radios. Not a million, but they have more than one. Let's just put it like that. And then you can just, pause it. And that's what I used to do. I would watch them do step one, and I would follow it. Do step two, follow it. But then along the way, there are steps that were missing because things are dated out. So I never got it going that way. But when I got somebody to help me at my house, I was better at it, right? So I think that's what may help you as well. Over.
Roger. You know, when I bought my ball things, I gave one to my nephew and I had one, and I didn't get no programming cable with it, so I was reading on the computer a couple weeks ago back that I could get like a programming cable from VA3EWV Radio, which is, I think the company's in space somewhere, but it says that would be the proper cable and the discs to have, but if I'm not mistaken, I think I got a couple of pirate radio cables and discs for that too, Ernest. Over.
Yep. I forgot how I acquired my cable, but I did not have a cable either. That's why I was going to people and having them program the radio for me because I didn't have a cable. Now I forget now because it's been a little bit of time how I got my cable. I do forget. I don't know. But I do have a funny story though. There's a guy that was looking for a cable that I knew, lived in Ottawa there, and they had some special on Amazon. And the guy wound up with like a 2-pack of radio, and it came with like the little headset piece that goes in your ear. So I got two of those, two radios with a programming cable, with extended batteries and stuff. They had some silly sale or something. Well, and the guy got like all that stuff for under $60. And I was like, oh my god, right? Like, it was just crazy. Um, you can find all kind of, but also ask around, because some people just have stuff that they might want to just gift you, right? So before you spend any money on anything, ask people, do they have any, don't be, I'm not afraid to ask, because I'll ask all day long. Hey, does anybody have any spare cables or whatever? And they say yes. And now I do the same thing. When I have stuff, I pass it along. Like I've given away, I've been given radios, and I've now given those radios to other people who are who started, right. So it's kind of like paying it forward. But yeah, don't let that stop you. And the only cable I remember paying for that I was upset with. Hold on a second. The only cable that I had to pay for that I was a little sore about, I don't want to say upset. I called Radio World, told them I was a brand new ham, still had the paint on me. I was wanting to hand held radio for fox hunting, and I was calling them because I didn't want to go on the site because I didn't want to. And I even gave an example. I don't want this to be like Christmas where I get the remote control car and didn't get the batteries. I said, so I really need you guys to help me because once I get this, I want to make sure I have everything I need. The guy's like, okay, no problem. This is what you need. Da 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 da. So I got it shipped to me. Was all happy. Got the box. I had a big smile on my face, and there was no programming cable. So I had to call them up, and then they had the audacity to tell me they wanted to charge me to ship me the program cable. And then I said, I called you guys, and I talked to whoever the guy was, and they verified with him that he did talk to me. And I'm like, I'm not paying your shipping. You should. That's why I called you, right? But yeah, I was a little bit sore on that, but I didn't have to pay the shipping, and they shipped me the cable. So that's the only thing you have to worry about when you're buying stuff. You just have to make sure. And these guys, they expect that you should know that, but that's why I called. If I knew everything, I would just go to Amazon and just buy the stuff, or I would buy it from Facebook Marketplace. But I wanted to buy it new with warranty. Over.
Right, Ernest, right. Well, I can tell you, Ernest, there's a company in the States, it's called Scanner Master, or it used to be up and running. I'm not sure about now anymore, but, and they're expensive, real expensive to buy from, and my nephew doesn't like to buy from them, or I'm not particular on that company neither. Over.
Yep. But as a new ham, I just made 2 years. But before my 2 years, I remember also calling DX Engineering, and I'm like, hey, I need this, 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 and this. And we had field day at my house last year, and I was so excited and stuff like that because I was going to have this brand new antenna that I could use. And they didn't make a mistake. They had the box and it said, hey, M750, but in the box was a totally different antenna. So I was like, I opened it up and we were going to debut the whole thing, and it was something totally different in the box. And then they're like, oh yeah, you're going to have to pay for shipping to have that sent back and we'll send you the other one. And I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to pay shipping to you for some product you misboxed, and then I have to pay shipping for another thing too. And they took care of that too. You just have to kind of like, I guess, stand up for yourself. But they said they were going to send me a shipping label and they never sent it. So the antenna is still out in the garage. And I reached out to them 3 times, no, about 4 times, and saying, hey, you need to come get your product. It's still sitting in my house. I'm not going to open it because the moment I do, then they're going to send a shipping label. So Rich reminds me I need to call them again next week and tell them to come get their stuff. Okay, Jeff, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the net there. It's about 9:20. And you guys have a good rest of your day. And if you're listening on the radio tomorrow, we will be out there on the little handy talkies having some fun tomorrow. All right, Jeff, have a good rest of your day, and 7-3 to you.
VA3EWV.
All right, Jeff, have a good day. VA3EQL, hello, John. How's it going?
Could you QSY to VSW for a video check?
No problem. I'll do that right away, and I'll see you QSY to VSW. Okay. VA3EWV VA3EWV. I saw you key up, but I didn't hear anything. This is Ernest. Try it again there, John.
Do you copy now?
I sure do. I copy you loud and clear.
Very good. I'm just going to go into program FHA right now.
Okay, no problem. I'll be standing by. Okay, folks, that's the net. Let me get us out of here on this one, and I'll play one of my new songs I just wrote there, and my friend AI put the music to it. So here we go. I just have to locate the music. That's just lovely. Okay, I used to have a ham radio folder, but I think I don't have that anymore. Let me see if I can find it. You know, that's what happens when you get older. Your mind goes first. Well, I won't play the new song, but we'll just do Biggie's Polar Adventures. Here we go.
hunters calling, join the radio fun.
Okay, folks, that's it, and we'll see y'all later.